This summer, back in June, I took a little trip over to Atlanta. Well, I was at the St. Regis, Buckhead, and I saw, allegedly, with my own eye, Todd Tucker and some little blonde white woman at the bar. She was sitting on his lap. This just so happened to be the exact same time that Candy was over there on the Instagram Live bragging about the threesomes that she and Todd used to have. Well, girl, they clocked my mother and they told me to take my phone back in my motherfucking bag. Well, I made sure to take a mental snapshot. This Todd and his little beard with some white woman sitting on his lap, who is not Candy, by the way.
Todd Tucker cries as Tamar Braxton confirms she gave him HV+ in revenge. Nobody was ready for what exploded onto the timeline at exactly 2:17 a.m. One moment, the internet was asleep. The next, a single, shaking live stream ripped through social media like a bomb. Tears, accusations, a trembling voice whispering words, so shocking that even seasoned gossip veterans froze mid-scroll. Phones lit up. Group chats detonated. Influencers went silent. And within minutes, everyone was asking the same question. How did this stay hidden for so long? What started as a quiet sob turned into a full emotional collapse. A man once known for his unbreakable composure was suddenly breaking down in real time, confessing that the love he trusted most had allegedly destroyed him from the inside out. Viewers watched him gasp for air, clutch his chest, and choke out a sentence so devastating it instantly split the internet into war zones. Screenshots began surfacing, messages no one was supposed to see. Voice notes leaked. Dates didn't add up. Old interviews were replayed with new meaning. Fans realized the clues had been there for years, buried in jokes, side eyes, and moments everyone ignored. And then came the revenge angle, cold, calculated, and allegedly intentional, turning heartbreak into something far darker. As his tears hit the floor, her name started trending worldwide. Supporters turned into prosecutors. Defenders turned silent. And just when people thought the story couldn't get more disturbing, a so-called insider dropped 3 words that changed everything forever. What happened next made the live stream abruptly cut to black. And that silence. That's where the real nightmare began. The night everything detonated didn't start with a scream. It started with a whisper. A cracked voice. A dim room. A phone camera shaking like the person holding it had lost control of their own hands. Viewers didn't even realize what they were watching at first. Just a man sitting on the edge of a bed, eyes red, face wet, staring into nothing. The caption said only 3 words, "I can't do this." Within seconds, the comments flooded in. Within minutes, the name Troy Kingston was everywhere. This was the same Troy the world knew as untouchable. The calm strategist. The husband who always smiled at red carpets and dodged rumors with grace. The man who never cracked. And yet here he was, breathing like he'd been running from something invisible, his voice collapsing as he finally spoke. She knew, he said, barely audible. She knew what she was doing. That's when the clip went viral. People started screen recording before the live stream could disappear. Twitter erupted into chaos. Fans demanded answers. Haters smelled blood. And then Troy said her name. Maya Royal. The room seemed to freeze when he said it. You could almost feel the shift through the screen. Maya wasn't just his wife, she was a cultural icon. A chart-dominating superstar with a smile that sold out arenas and a reputation for being unbreakable. For years, she'd been untouchable in public opinion. The internet's golden girl. Until that night. Troy wiped his face and laughed once, sharp, bitter, almost unrecognizable. "Y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all thought I was paranoid." The comment section exploded. What is he talking about? Is this about the divorce? Someone get him off live. Then came the first bomb. There are messages, he said. And y'all are gonna see them. That's when the live stream cut. No goodbye. No explanation. Just black. For exactly 9 minutes, the internet held its breath. Then the screenshots dropped. Anonymous accounts began posting blurred images at first, green text bubbles, timestamps circled in red, names half covered. But the language was unmistakable. Cold. Precise. Cruel. Messages that read less like a breakup and more like a calculated operation. One line, in particular, sent chills through everyone who read it. You should have thought about that before you tried to embarrass me. People zoomed in. Enhanced the images. Compared fonts. Compared dates. TikTok detectives worked faster than newsrooms. By sunrise, a hashtag was trending worldwide, built around one terrifying question: was this revenge? Old interviews resurfaced instantly. Clips where Troy joked about being too trusting. Moments where Maya smirked when asked about loyalty. A red carpet clip from 2 years earlier suddenly looked different. Her laughing while he whispered something in her ear, his face tight, hers amused. Then the alleged voice note leaked. No one knew who released it. No one claimed ownership. But the voice was unmistakable, smooth, controlled, almost bored. You wanted war, the voice said. Now you get to live with it. Fans split into factions within hours. One side said it was fake, AI generated, malicious. The other side said it explained everything. Influencers picked sides. Celebrities subtweeted. One former collaborator liked a tweet that simply said, "Some people play dirty when they feel cornered." And then someone found the timeline. A private clinic visit. A cancelled tour rehearsal. Troy disappearing from public view for months with no explanation. Paparazzi photos suddenly made sense, him wearing masks indoors, avoiding eye contact, looking hollow. A so-called insider claimed Troy had confronted Maya weeks before the live stream. Claimed there was a screaming match behind locked doors. Claimed neighbors heard glass shatter and someone yelling, "You did this on purpose." Another leak followed, a supposed recording from a heated phone call. "You think saying sorry fixes this?" Troy shouted. "You pushed me," Maya replied, calm and cutting. "You pushed first." The recording ended with Troy sobbing. By midday, Maya's team finally responded, not with denial, not with clarity, but with silence. No statement. No tweet. No carefully crafted PR apology. Just, nothing. That silence spoke louder than anything else. Fans began turning. Videos analyzing her lyrics flooded YouTube. People claimed songs were confessions hidden in plain sight. A clip from a concert years ago resurfaced where Maya laughed and said, "Don't cross me. I don't forget." What once sounded playful now felt threatening. Then came the bar footage. Grainy security video leaked online showing Troy weeks earlier, sitting in a dark lounge, a stranger pressed too close, his eyes vacant. Commentators slowed it down, zoomed in on his face. "That's not a cheater," one viral post read. "That's a man already broken." Another insider alleged Maya had known about his vulnerability and used it. By nightfall, a second live stream went live. Not from Troy. From an anonymous account. A distorted voice played over a black screen. "You think you know the truth," it said. "You don't. What he hasn't told you yet is why she was really angry." The voice paused. "She didn't do it because she hated him," it continued. "She did it because he was about to expose her first." The screen cut. And suddenly, the question wasn't just what happened. It was what was Troy about to reveal? And how far would someone go to stop that from coming out? The silence after that anonymous broadcast didn't calm anything. It poured gasoline on a fire that was already eating the internet alive. Within minutes, digital bloodhounds tore into Troy's past, Maya's past, and every shadow between them. A private email account allegedly linked to Troy suddenly appeared online, its inbox dumped in a massive thread that grew by the second. No verification, no confirmation, just raw chaos. Messages dated months back painted a picture of a man spiraling, begging for honesty, asking questions that never got answered. One email stood out. "If this comes out, it ends everything. I won't protect you anymore." The sender was Troy. The recipient name was redacted. But the implication hit like a punch to the chest. People started asking what he knew. Then came the second leak. Screenshots of a group chat allegedly involving Maya and two unnamed associates. The tone was chillingly casual. Jokes mixed with strategy. Someone asked, "What if he talks?" Another reply came back almost instantly, "He won't. He can't." That line alone ignited 1,000 theories. A former stylist posted a cryptic video saying she'd seen things that would ruin careers. A producer who'd worked with Maya for years abruptly locked his social media accounts. A singer who once collaborated with her tweeted a single word, "Karma," then deleted it within 5 minutes. Screenshots, of course, lived forever. Meanwhile, Troy re-emerged. Not live. Not speaking. Just a photo. Posted at 3:41 a.m. A hospital wristband visible on his arm. No caption. The internet lost its mind. Speculation exploded. Was he sick? Was this proof? Was this the consequence of everything he'd been hinting at? Fans began posting prayers, others posting accusations, some demanding Maya be held accountable, whatever that meant in the court of public opinion. Maya finally broke her silence hours later. Not with words, but with a performance clip. A polished, pre-scheduled video from weeks earlier dropped onto her page, her voice soaring, her smile radiant, the caption reading, "Strength is surviving what was meant to break you." The response was nuclear. People accused her of deflection, of manipulation, of hiding behind art while a man was falling apart in public. Reaction videos stacked up by the thousands, pausing her lyrics, analyzing every breath, every glance. "This line is about him. That lyric sounds like a confession. Why would she post this now?" Then someone noticed something small and devastating. In the background of the performance clip, barely visible, was a symbol projected onto the stage. A symbol identical to one found in the leaked group chat screenshots. Same shape. Same color. Same placement. Coincidence? The internet didn't think so. A so-called insider went live claiming Maya had been warned this would happen. That Troy had threatened to go public months ago, after discovering something that changed the power dynamic. According to this source, Maya's anger wasn't emotional, it was strategic. She was terrified of losing control of the narrative. And then the most disturbing allegation yet surfaced. An audio file, time-stamped weeks before the breakdown, allegedly captured Maya saying, "If he tells them, he destroys me. I can't let that happen." Her voice was calm. Almost bored. The clip ended with a soft laugh. Legal experts weighed in. PR specialists dissected every move. Mental health advocates pleaded for restraint. None of it slowed the momentum. Hashtags demanding the truth trended worldwide. Sponsors quietly removed Maya's image from their websites. One endorsement deal vanished overnight. Then Troy's phone rang. The call was recorded. Nobody knew how. Nobody knew who leaked it. But suddenly everyone could hear it. "You promised you wouldn't do this," Maya said. "I promised I'd protect you," Troy replied. "You broke that." A long pause. "You forced my hand," she said. That sentence echoed everywhere. By dawn, a rumor began circulating that a cease and desist had been issued, not to Troy, but to multiple media outlets. Someone powerful was trying to shut this down. Someone with resources. Someone scared. A blogger claimed to have been offered money to delete posts. Another said their account was temporarily suspended after sharing screenshots. People started whispering about NDAs, payoffs, and threats. Then Troy posted again. This time, text only. "I stayed quiet to protect someone who didn't protect me. I'm done." No comments allowed. Minutes later, an emergency press conference was announced by Maya's team. Cameras flashed. Reporters gathered. Her lawyer stepped up to the podium, face tight, voice rehearsed. He spoke about false narratives, deeply concerning misinformation, and malicious attempts to exploit a private health matter. He threatened legal action against anyone spreading unverified claims. He never denied anything directly. And then Maya walked out beside him. She didn't cry. She didn't smile. She stared straight into the cameras and said one sentence. "Some stories are dangerous when only half of them are told." She turned and left without taking questions. Within seconds, a final anonymous post appeared online. A countdown timer. 24 hours. Under it, one line of text that made everyone's stomach drop. "Tomorrow, the rest of the story leaks, and neither of them will survive it the same way." The countdown didn't just tick, it stalked everyone. Every second felt like a threat. Screens refreshed non-stop. Commentators streamed through the night, voices hoarse, eyes bloodshot, speculating what could possibly be worse than what had already leaked. Lawyers warned their clients to stay offline. Influencers pretended not to care, while secretly watching the timer drop closer to zero. And somewhere behind locked doors, two people sat knowing the truth was about to escape without permission. At exactly 12 a.m., the screen changed. The countdown vanished. A file appeared. No watermark. No explanation. Just a title, full context. The first thing viewers heard wasn't shouting. It was breathing. Slow. Controlled. Intimate. Then Troy's voice, clearer than ever, steadier than anyone expected. "I'm recording this so nobody can twist it later." What followed was a confession, but not the one anyone expected. He spoke about control. About power. About secrets that turned love into leverage. He described confronting Maya after discovering documents he wasn't meant to see, conversations he wasn't meant to hear. He said she didn't panic at first. She calculated. Then her voice entered the recording. "You think exposing me saves you?" she asked. "You think anyone will believe you?" Troy's reply was barely audible. "I believed you." The audio jumped. Another day. Another argument. This time louder. This time angrier. "You wanted to hurt me where it lasts," Troy said. "You wanted me scared forever." Silence followed. Heavy. Suffocating. Then Maya spoke again, colder than before. "You should have known better than to threaten me." The file ended there. No resolution. No apology. Just the sound of something breaking beyond repair. Within minutes, platforms struggled to keep up. The file was removed, re-uploaded, mirrored, dissected. Hashtags splintered into factions. Some defended Maya fiercely, claiming manipulation, editing, revenge framing. Others said the recording explained everything: her silence, her timing, her precision. A former associate, an investigative journalist, published a thread stating they'd verified portions of Troy's evidence independently. Not everything, but enough to confirm that the timeline he described wasn't imaginary. That certain events had been misrepresented publicly. That the story people were told was incomplete by design. The journalist ended the thread with one line: "This isn't over. It's just no longer controllable." As the sun rose, the narrative shifted again, not toward resolution, but reckoning. Fans who once idolized began questioning everything. People who'd dismissed Troy now re-watched his breakdown with different eyes. And those who'd stayed silent wondered if silence made them complicit. No arrests were announced. No final verdict declared. Just a wreckage of trust, image, and legacy scattered across the internet. And somewhere in that wreckage was the most unsettling realization of all. The truth didn't explode all at once. It leaked. Slowly. Deliberately. And once it started, nobody, not fame, not money, not power, was able to stop it. If you've made it this far, understand this clearly: you are already part of this moment. Stories like this don't just disappear. They don't quietly fade away. They turn into cultural earthquakes, and the only people who truly see what's coming next are the ones paying attention right now. This isn't the kind of story you hear about later and casually catch up on. This is the kind of situation where missing one update means you'll never understand how everything actually unraveled. New leaks don't warn you. They drop without mercy. One screenshot. One voice note. One post that vanishes in minutes and rewrites everything you thought you knew. So if you're watching this and you haven't liked the video yet, you're already behind. That like tells the algorithm to keep this story alive, to surface the next chapter before it gets buried. If you don't comment, your voice isn't counted, and trust me, the comment section is where the real clues always surface first. People notice patterns, dates, contradictions. Someone always sees what everyone else misses. And if you're not subscribed, that's the most dangerous move of all. Because when the next update drops, and it will, you won't get a warning. You'll just see everyone else talking about it while you're trying to catch up, wondering how you missed something this big. This story is still breathing. Still shifting. Still exposing things people desperately want forgotten. Stay close. Stay locked in. Because the next leak doesn't ask if you're ready.